Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Holly with Colorful Crafting, and this is take 3 on me trying to do this video. I've been having problems with my tripod, getting a decent angle, and just other things have come up. So this is my last chance, or not last chance, but my last attempt at trying to do this video, because if it doesn't work out this time, then I'm just going to take it as a sign that I shouldn't be doing a video right now. Okay, so I thought I would do a WIP and Chat today. Today being April 11th, and it's a little bit before 9 a.m. And there are several reasons. One of them being I very, very, very rarely ever have Saturdays off. My usual days off are Sunday and Monday. And also, I very rarely have the house to myself. Roommate Tom works from home, so he's here 99% of the time. And I don't know about any of you, but I'm still a little uncomfortable doing videos around other people. I feel too self-conscious. That might change at some point, but right now I still feel a little too self-conscious to do videos. I tend to make my videos either upstairs or out here like I did yesterday with my unboxings when he's down in his man cave in the basement working. But yeah, I'm in the dining room right now. I'm still not thrilled with the angle on this thing. Anyway, with my tripod, I don't want to mess with it anymore because I know if I try and like angle it a different way, it's probably gonna fall down. Again, that's already happened twice. So this video, I'm not sure how long it's going to be. It might be short because this morning our kitchen sink faucet broke, and so roommate Tom called this friend of his who's a handyman in the neighborhood and asked him if he could fix it. And when Tom went out, he still hadn't heard back from Mike, and I'm assuming that if Mike is going to come over and fix it, it would be later this afternoon when Tom is back, but he might show up early. So if he does, I might have to end this rather abruptly, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'll be able to do a nice relaxing WIP and Chat, because this past week has been anything but relaxing for me. Alright, let me look for my next symbol. I'm going to do the V. Speaking of V and Y. Those two symbols have been the bane of my existence while working on this kit, because up here there was a lot of them together, and the way it's printed on the canvas, they look very, very similar. So I was squinting and giving myself a headache trying to figure out which one was which. Because one is a pinkish color. Let's see. 3 is Y. Yeah, one of them, this one is like a pinkish reddish color, which is the Y. And then V, which is, where are you? Number 8. Is this brownish color. So I didn't want to screw up the whole painting by, transposing the colors. Man, why did I put that back? I need V. Okay. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a nice weekend so far. It's actually nice out. Not just temperature-wise, but if you've been watching my latest videos, we've been having a lot of storms, which I like. I like storms, and I've always said that I would be perfectly fine living in like London or anywhere in England or in Seattle because I'm fine with the rain. But even I like to see the sun occasionally, so yeah, and the temperature is like ideal. I think it's like 70 degrees outside. I would be perfectly happy if this could be the temperature year round. because I don't like the extreme cold, and then I really don't like the heat. I grew up in Florida and Georgia, which is pretty much humidity all the time. So this is like ideal for me. And normally I would be doing this, I would be diamond painting out on the back deck. And I was going to, I had all my stuff out there. I was going to do the video out there, but it's a little windy and I was afraid that I would start filming and stuff would be flying all over the place. So I decided to do it here. And plus, this way if Mike shows up, I can see him pull into the driveway. Yeah. Anyway. So what is everyone working on? As you can see, I'm still working on I Miss You by Mandy Monzano. And I don't know if you can see this. This is the extra key. Because this kit is so huge, I can only see to color number 28, and there's 41 colors. So I've been using this, just clip it down so I have easy access to it as I'm working. This kit has been very intimidating to me. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, it's very big. It's bigger than the other two that I've done, or other three that I've done. But I think what it partially is that I've just been getting so many huge paintings that I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed. It's not like I want to only do diamond paintings that I can get done quickly. It's just I feel like I'm moving really slowly on this one. Which is why I started a second project. I'm now doing a 35 by 35 sugar skull elephant, which I did an unboxing for. And I did that last night when I was watching Game of Thrones. Speaking of which, I have been binging Game of Thrones, like old episodes, since I have found myself really massively getting into that show. I pick a really great time to get into it when there's 2 episodes left before it's done forever. It's not that I never liked it before, because I've been watching it pretty much since the beginning. It's just, I kind of became disillusioned with it when I read the first 3 books. And I'm one of those people, I'm a huge reader. I used to read voraciously. I used to never be without a book in my hand of some sort, either my Kindle or a physical book. But what with working and everything else, and you know, if I read for a long period of time, I usually get a headache because of my eyes. So I haven't been reading as much as I used to be. But I'm one of those people where if I read a series of books, I tend to not like to read a series that is ongoing because I have very little patience. I don't like having to wait like a year in between books. It drives me crazy. And with this, I started reading these books when they first came out. And that was like when? In the early 2000s. And it's been since 2011 since the last book came out. And that is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Either you finish the series or you give up on it. There's no reason. And he's been putting out books, you know, like prequels and other stuff. And anyway, I got very sort of frustrated with the whole series, so I stopped reading the books. And I know that the series sort of ventured away from the books after like book 3, I think. So, yeah, but this season, and a lot of people hate this season, and I did not like the last episode, the one that was on this past Sunday, for many reasons, none of which I'm going to get into here because I don't know if any of you guys watch Game of Thrones or have any interest in me babbling about it, but there was a lot of problems that I had with this last episode. Yeah, so, but with the exception of this past episode, I just find it very exciting, and I'm just really interested to see how they plan on ending it, because I find it weird that they're ending the series and like ending it with such finality, obviously, and yet he has 2 more books that are supposedly coming out. So I'm wondering if when he finally puts these books out, if they will veer that much farther away from the show. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like another prime example is The Handmaid's Tale. I read that book when I was in school, and we watched the show, and I really liked the show, but the show has already sort of veered away from the book, and now all of a sudden that it's the show is going into a third season, she's coming out with a sequel, which that was a book that didn't seem to need a sequel, in my opinion. So I just find it really weird. But anyway, I'm very interested to see how they plan on ending the TV show. I have my suspicions, and if you guys want to hear me talk about Game of Thrones, let me know, because I have a lot to say. But I will spare you in case anyone watching is not interested. Oh, by the way, I got these, oh, 3 little stragglers. I got these trays yesterday. Now, I went back and I looked. I only ordered 1 of these, and they sent me 2. And I think I paid $1.25 for them. These are awesome. Really, really awesome. It's nice to have a big tray that I don't make a huge mess when I pour the stuff back into the containers. All right, now we're looking for the down arrow. Where's the down arrow? It's here. I used it yesterday. There it is, number 26. Okay. So, what are you guys working on? You know, when I was doing my unboxings yesterday, it occurred to me, oh, why not? Why not? It occurred to me that a lot of people, as soon as they unbox something, they immediately start on one of their new kits. I'm not like that. I usually have, like, in my head what I want to work on next, and I don't deviate from that. Because even though I was kind of tempted to start the Owl I Want Is You one, because it's a small one, and it's owls, and you know me, I love owls. I'm perfectly fine with it sitting in my stash for right now. Because I see a lot of people are doing Snow Queen, which, by the way, in my unboxing I called the Ice Queen. So for those of you out there who buy from Diamond Art Club, how many do you have? And how many have you finished? Because I went in and I counted, because I keep all my Diamond Art Clubs in my bedroom closet. China mail and stuff like that I have in a this little cabinet thingy that I kind of stole from Tom that was upstairs that he wasn't using. It's like his 2-drawer cabinet, almost like a file cabinet, but it's plastic. I went in there and I counted how many Diamond Art Clubs. I have 23 Diamond Art Clubs, not including this, so 24. Because I commented on Stitcherista because she unboxed Undersea Dreams yesterday. And I was like, my Diamond Art Club stash is just completely out of control. And she commented back, she's like, I think I have 26 or 27, so she's got me beat. I'm sure other people have more than that. It just feels like a lot. But, and now everybody's freaking out because of the increased tariffs on China. I'm not sure how that's going to affect diamond painters with getting stuff into the country, if we're gonna have to start paying for shipping and all this other stuff. But yeah, I mean, last night, I wasn't on Facebook very much, but it seemed like every time I went past one of my diamond painting groups, that's all they were talking about. Oh, you're gonna have to start paying like $10 for shipping and blah blah blah. What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna get our diamond paintings now? I'm like, oh, you just gotta wait and see what happens. And I can't believe that's all of the down arrow there was. I thought there was more. Oh well. So this morning, the roomie and I went out early. We went to Home Depot to get the new faucet, and then we also stopped at the grocery store to pick up stuff for dinner. which by the way, we're making scallops. I love scallops normally. Last 2 times I made scallops, I don't know if I'm cooking them wrong, which I don't understand how I would be cooking them wrong because I cook them the same way. I just saute them, but they didn't taste very good to me. They didn't make me sick, and Tom loved them, but they didn't taste right to me. So I'm hoping this time won't be the same. By the way, I'm not using my light pad. Actually, it's still sitting on my light pad, but again, cord is over here, plug is over there, and I'm too lazy to change up my setup here. But because it's a Diamond Art Club, I have no problem seeing the symbols. But I digress. Yeah, so when we went out this morning, when Tom went into Home Depot, I was looking online because I knew I wanted to do a video today, so I was trying to find a tag. It's really difficult to find a tag that I find, well, number one, that would apply to me, that might be interesting to you diamond painters out there. And also that isn't just really random and dumb. So I just came up with one of my own. It's nothing that unique, and at the end there are a couple of random questions that I just threw in because I thought they were fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that in a little while. I have my my iPad over here because I emailed the list to myself instead of just printing it out. Because again, lazy. Okay, so what symbol am I gonna do next? I think I'm gonna do one of these that looks like the poop emoji, which is number 25. There we go. Oh, and I was doing my other, oh, this is such a beautiful dark green. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. I have my overhead lighting on. So anyway, when I was doing my other project last night, it's basically I've only done black. I've only done 3 10s on it so far, and I have a feeling I'm gonna run out because I like the canvas and everything, but the drills so far, I have so much trash, and I'm actually keeping it this time. I usually just get rid of it every day, but there's so much of it that I'm saving it because I want to show. I'm going to email the company when I'm done. Show them how many drills I couldn't use. It's not just trash, but it's a round canvas. It's a round kit, and there's like all these squares just randomly thrown in. But I think I'm going to actually run out of 3 10s. Yeah, because there's so many I need for this painting. And I don't think I'm gonna have enough. But I keep plugging along. And as I was saying yesterday, or maybe the other day, I don't know. I was saying it to someone. I'm not one of those people that gets like bored doing one color. I actually kind of like the color blocking. I find it relaxing. Confetti kind of gets to me, kind of messes with my my OCD and anxiety tendencies. But yeah, so it didn't bother me that I was basically for 2 days that I've been working on it so far, all I've done is 3 10s. But what did bother me is the state of the drills, because even the drills that I'm able to use are not good. I mean, I think I'm probably just spoiled by doing the Diamond Art Club. There was something else I wanted to mention before I get to the tag. Oh, I finally ordered a custom. I actually ordered one. I'm getting ready to order the second one later today. The first one I ordered from Huacan, and some people think I made the right choice, and a lot of other people seem to think that I'm crazy for doing it through Huacan, I guess because of all the problems they've been having. But yeah, I finally got the image, the Discworld image. And for those of you who don't know, I feel like I've said this 20 times, but I don't really know if I have any new people watching my channel. I get new subscribers, which I really appreciate. So hello to all you newbies out there. So Discworld is a series of books. There was 41 books. It was written by Terry Pratchett, who is my favorite author, and Discworld is my favorite series of books. And artwork, like cover artwork, was a big part of the whole Discworld series, and there's a lot of artwork that I absolutely love. And there's 2 images actually that I really, really would love to have as a diamond painting. One is a large image of most of the characters from the books, with Speak His Name at the bottom, which is a quote from Terry where he says, this is paraphrasing, but no man is truly dead as long as people say his name or speak his name. And this image was done right after he passed away. And then the other image that I really liked was of more characters, including my favorite character from the entire series, which is the character of Otto, who is a vampire photographer who basically, because you know vampires don't like light, don't like the sun, but he's a photographer, and he basically explodes every time he uses a flash. And he's also on the wagon, as he says, which means he doesn't drink human blood. And so when he's like around humans and he feels tempted, he starts singing this song, like the theme song for I guess Vampires Anonymous, or I can't remember what it's called in the series, but it's so funny. And if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh my god, that sounds bizarre, why are you reading it? You just have to take my word for it. It's the most brilliant, amazing, witty series of books that you will ever come across. And amidst all of the silliness and the joking and absurdity, Terry Pratchett would just insert these incredibly brilliant, thought-provoking, just words. You know, he was so intelligent and so well-spoken, and he would have you laughing, and then he would write something that was just so incredibly moving that you would almost be crying. I've cried several times reading his books. But yeah, so those both will be customs, or the second one will be a custom eventually, but yeah, I ordered my first one and it's already shipped out. It shipped out like 2 days after I ordered it. So I'm excited to see it. I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. I'm hoping it's not gonna be too blurry. I think I ended up settling on a 60 by 90, which I know is huge, but I'm kind of worried. So a part of me said that I maybe should have ordered the other image first, because I probably wouldn't have had as much of a chance of it being pixelated. But we'll see. You know, it's my first one. If I screwed it up, I'll take it as a learning experience. And then I am getting ready to order a custom from Evermoment, which will be my very first Evermoment, because I found this amazing picture of, it's artwork of Dany from Game of Thrones with her dragons. It's not a picture of like Emilia Clarke, it's actual artwork. It's an awesome picture, and I know it's gonna make an amazing diamond painting, and that's why I went with Evermoment, because I figured if I was gonna get this picture done as a custom, I wanted to go to what most people consider to be like the best place to get diamond paintings. So I'm excited for that one too. I think I have to keep reminding myself, because the plastic, I just cut sections of plastic off and covered it with parchment paper, and I have to keep reminding myself that the plastic is here. Anyway, I'm done with this number. And we are 24 minutes into this video, so I think it's about time that I attempt to do this tag. go back to your home. All right, and fudge. That's what you get, Holly. That's what you get. All right. Hang on while I have some technical difficulties here, because like a dummy, I poured this over the exposed part of my canvas. So of course they're sticking. And I don't have my tweezers. Oh. That wasn't so bad. I thought there was more. There was only 2. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So like I said, I came up with this tag because I was getting frustrated with the ones that I was finding. So it's just some random questions. It's nothing that unique. But feel free to take it and use it. Anybody out there? Yeah, and if you decide to answer these questions in a video, just link back to this video if possible. That's all I ask in return. And let me know you did it so I can go and watch your video. Okay. I'm going to use the symbol L, which is number 33. That's another green. And this one has a lot of static in it. Ugh. Alright. Let me get this set first. And then we'll start with the questions. If you hear a little tip tap tap, that's Byron the dog. Byron! He gets a little nervous and anxious when Tom's not in the house. Okay, it's only 20 after 9. He usually eats around 10:30, so I just wanted to make sure it wasn't past his eating time. Okay, and my iPad is sitting at 28%, so I need to get cracking on this before the battery dies. Okay, so I'm just calling this For the Love of Diamond Painting. For the Love of Diamond Painting and Crafting. How about that? Because there are a few non-diamond painting related questions. All right, so question number 1 is, what other crafts do you enjoy? I've spoken about this before on other videos, but I used to be very into coloring. I still like to color. It's just I kind of had a bad experience with coloring with some people in the coloring community and some drama that was going on in the coloring community. That's more accurate. That kind of turned me off from coloring. But I have been actually thinking about coloring again, and starting on the 17th of April, I will be taking a vacation, well, staycation, because I have no plans to go anywhere. And I might actually pull out my coloring stuff and color something. And that would be nice. Because before all the drama started, I found it very relaxing. But you know what, and I'm kind of starting to see that in the diamond painting world as well, in some of the groups, with some of the drama that's just popped up recently. I'm not, one of the channels that I recently discovered is, God, what does she call it? Fancy Nancy Diamond Painting. I love her. I think she's fantastic. She is so spunky and she's got such a positive attitude, and I just love listening to her talk. And she's just recently started doing WIP and Chats, which she calls Conversations with Canvas, I believe. And I love her videos. Because she just sits and she talks, and it's like you're sitting in the same room with her, and it's just great. And she has her own group on Facebook, and one of the things I love about it is because it is 100% drama free. And yeah, so she's awesome. If you're looking for more diamond painters to watch on YouTube, I would highly recommend her channel. Yeah, because some of the other channels, there've been, maybe because diamond painting is like sort of continuing to explode in popularity and there's more and more people joining the community, but it just seems like the longer I'm in this community, the more drama I'm encountering, and I just want to stay as far away from that as possible, because with my anxiety issues and my depression issues, being around like all this, like, for lack of a better term, bullshit, it's not good for me. It's not healthy. I got into this whole craft because it truly, genuinely helps me deal with anxiety and stress. So why would I hang out and take part in a group where everybody's infighting and being catty and jealous, and, you know, why is this person getting free kits when I can't get free kits? Why is she special and I'm not? All, you know, just stupid, petty, childish things have been popping up lately. And I'm trying to stay away from that. But that's kind of what I was going through with the coloring community. That and people who would sort of put other people down because their coloring wasn't like... Personally, I think anything that you do that's creative is art. It doesn't matter if you use like crayons or the most expensive pencils or markers you can buy. You're being creative, you're expressing yourself, and that's important. That's valid. That's how I feel. But there were a lot of people who would constantly, not out and out ridicule people, but make people feel bad. Like they weren't doing a good enough job, like they weren't good enough themselves to take part in the community, you know? And that bothered me. Because, you know, quite frankly, I have very little natural artistic ability, and I am the first person to admit that. That's part of the reason why I love diamond painting so much. Because, you know, it allows me to be creative and do a craft that I truly, thoroughly enjoy without worrying about whether it's good enough or not. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? But, you know, not everyone was born with the creative gene that, you know, they can pick up a paintbrush and create these brilliant works of art. But that doesn't mean that you can't pick up colored markers and color a picture and have it not be considered worthy, simply because you don't have as much practice or as much like innate ability as somebody else. And I don't like bullies, and I ran into quite a few bullies in the coloring community, which is primarily why I sort of cut myself off from all those groups and all those channels. And it makes me kind of sad that, although not the same reason behind the drama, it makes me sad to see things popping up that are not so pleasant in the diamond painting community. So hopefully things will calm down. And that was a very, very long answer to a very simple question that I haven't even really finished answering yet. Okay, so what other crafts do I enjoy? Like I said, coloring. I also know how to crochet, and I was beginning to learn how to knit, but again, didn't really pick it up very much. Like, didn't really have the ability. My mom used to crochet. My mom used to do a lot of stuff. We also used to do paint by numbers, which I've actually been thinking of maybe doing again. Both my parents and I used to do paint by numbers when I was growing up, and I used to find them to be very much, you know, very fun. Again, it's another way it allows a person to be creative without having necessarily the technical ability that some other people have. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I've never done scrapbooking. Kind of always wanted to try scrapbooking, but just never have. Okay, so question 2. Who or what introduced you to diamond painting? Again, I've kind of answered this question before. in the coloring community, there's a channel called A Colorful Life, and the woman that runs it, or does the channel, her name is Anne. She's great. I used to love watching her videos. I still watch her videos, but just not as often. And she one day, she usually does like color with me videos, which can be very relaxing to listen to. But she one day just showed up on her channel with a diamond painting, and I had never heard of them before. And I was like, what is this? I just was so fascinated by the whole concept of doing it. And Facebook, being the invasive big brothers that they are, shortly after watching that video, all of a sudden I started to get all the pop-up ads for the diamond painting sites. And the very first one that I clicked on was actually Diamond Art Club, when they were doing the you only pay for shipping, you get a free canvas if you pay for shipping. And that's the one that I went for. And I got, I think it's called Soulmates, which is Diamond Art Club, I love you, but Soulmates is one of the worst canvases I've ever seen. Everything is so completely pixelated, and you know, that's probably the reason why they used that. It was on clearance. I know they made it bigger, and I actually opted to get the bigger size, but it's still super, super pixelated. But while I was waiting to get that one, I ordered a couple from Amazon, including the 4 Owls, which is the very first one that I did. And that's how I got started. It kind of blew up from there. Then I somehow found out about AliExpress, and I went crazy and started just ordering a bunch of kits without really knowing that size is important, without knowing that a lot of artwork is actually stolen from people and they don't get paid for it, all this other stuff. And that's kind of what set me on this journey. I've only been doing this for about like 3 months now. So I'm just, like I say all the time, I'm very much a newbie at this. Which was part of the reason why I thought it would be cool to start a channel, because I didn't really see very many newbies, like people who are just learning as they go. Most people that have channels have been at it for a while. Yeah. Don't make the same mistake again, Holly. Okay. The sun is actually fully out now. I almost don't know how to react. I'm sitting next to a window, by the way. Okay, so next question. Was there ever a diamond painting that you started and could not finish? If so, why? No. Because I'm so new, I haven't really started that many yet. But in all honesty, I keep saying that, I'm looking for 38, okay. It's this blue, oh my goodness, the colors in this thing. In all honesty, a couple days ago, I almost gave up working on this one. I know. Why would you do something like that, Holly? That's so dumb. You love Mandy Manzano's artwork. This is the one that you wanted to do in honor of your parents. I know. But like I said, I've been feeling really intimidated by all these large kits. I kind of, since I'm so new, I think I should have started doing a couple of smaller ones first and sort of eased my way into the larger ones. But when I start liking something, I sort of dive in head first. And I definitely did that with diamond painting. So, like I said, this, you know, I will have this square done probably, hopefully by the end of the weekend, depending on how much time I have. You know, sitting out on the back deck with Tom while he watches Star Trek Discovery, I did like this whole section here in a day. So, I mean, if I spend a lot of time doing it, I can move through this pretty quickly. But this isn't even half. This is like the first third. So that's what I mean about feeling intimidated. But, so what do? I go and I order a custom that's like twice as big as this one. Well, not twice as big, but even bigger. And I buy the Snow Queen, which is like bigger, probably the biggest one that I've ever gotten. What was my point? What was I trying to say? Oh, yeah, I almost gave up on this, at least putting it aside for a while. But no, one of the things that I dislike about myself the most is that I don't finish things that I start. I have a habit of starting a bunch of things and then never finishing them. And that's one of the things I told myself I was going to work on. So I'm glad I decided to keep going with this because I do love it. I love the colors, and the piece, when it's done, it's going to be beautiful, and it has meaning to me because, like I said, it reminds me of my mom and my dad. Yeah, so that's as close as I've gotten to giving up working on a kit, canvas, whatever. What do you call it? Do you call it canvases or kits? Yeah. I also have a question. How do you like tag people? Because I was trying to think of if I was going to try and tag anybody for this. Do you just like do the hashtags? Does that count? I have no idea. Sometimes I feel, even though I have my other channel, which I haven't uploaded anything on there in quite a while, let me make sure I'm using the right symbol. Yeah, I am. I thought I was doing the wrong symbol. Which I have done, by the way. I did it yesterday. But, yeah, even though I had the other channel, there's still so many things that I have to learn as far as doing videos on YouTube. And my channel is very small, and it's, you know, on some days when I'm having a bad day, when I'm having a bad anxiety day, there are times when I think to myself, is this channel, is it even worth keeping up with it? Because it's like, and it's not like I want to be blazing trails with, like, you know, subscribers and all this other stuff, but it seems like on some days, like yesterday, I had a really bad day yesterday, mostly work related, but I was thinking to myself as I was making my unboxing video. In fact, you could probably tell I didn't really sound like myself during that video, because I was saying to myself, you know, why am I going through all of this, making this video? Not very many people are even going to watch it, and it feels like, you know, sometimes it's not worth keeping up on this channel. But then my inner Ella from Kicking Cancer's Butt and Diamond Painting sort of smacked me around a little bit and reminded me the whole reason I started this channel was not to get subscribers, was not to be like YouTube famous. God forbid, I would never want to be YouTube famous or any kind of famous. I would never be able to handle that. But I didn't do it for any of those reasons. I did it for myself. I did it because I love diamond painting. I wanted to meet people who loved it as well, especially considering I'm not getting very much support from roommate Tom. Which is actually a story that I could share with you guys, but yeah, it's kind of, I mean, roommate Tom, you know, I'm not a religious person, but I thank my lucky stars every day that we met, because I was in a really bad situation. I was living with a crazy person, and it was just after my dad passed away, and so I was in a very bad headspace at the same time. When he and I met, and I kind of fell into this living situation with him. I could tell you the full story sometime if any of you are interested. Just let me know. So I know how fortunate I am, and 90% of the time, he's a wonderful person to be around. We have the same sense of humor. We have mostly the same taste in movies and TV, and we laugh a lot. He's constantly making me laugh. But there are aspects to his personality that are kind of not the best. And he has teased me about doing diamond painting. When I was doing coloring, actually, he came right out and like said, well, you know, that's something little kids do. And then he told me he didn't understand the concept of art in general, which blew my mind, because at first I thought he was kidding, but he was serious. And we never really like touched on that again. But I thought he was okay with the whole diamond painting thing, and then he just over the last couple weeks, he's made some comments which he always kind of acts like they're a joke, and sometimes they are, but I know him so well at this point. I've known him for 6 years, over 6 years. I can tell when he's being passive aggressive. I can tell when he's saying something and he actually means it, and he meant it, and it's hurtful to me. And I know I'm overly sensitive. I am the first person to say that I'm overly sensitive, but you know, this is something that genuinely makes me happy, that genuinely makes me feel better, because honestly, 1000%, this is 100% true. If I didn't have diamond painting over the last month, with everything that's been going on with work, there's no way I wouldn't be like in bed right now, like not being able to get up. And that might sound extreme, but I have gone through periods in my, well, I went through a period in my life where that was pretty much all I did. I got up, I went to work, I came home and I went to bed and stayed in bed until it was time for me to go to work the next day. That's just how my anxiety and my depression works. And it does occur to me that maybe this is a little bit too heavy to be talking about in these videos, but as I've said before, I kind of look at these WIP and Chats as sort of my free therapy. But yeah, so I mean, diamond painting has given me so much enjoyment. And there were some days when being able to come home and diamond paint was really the only good thing about my day. And the fact that he was kind of teasing me about it and made me feel self-conscious about it, it was very hurtful. So we just don't talk about it, you know. He doesn't really say anything anymore. I think he knew that he hurt my feelings, because after that he sort of, he kind of left it alone. But I think I'm done with that symbol. What was I saying? I got distracted again. Squirrel. Oh my god, I'm only up to question 3. I can't remember why I started talking about that. Oh, about other crafts and stuff, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll just stop talking about it right from right there, because yeah. Anyway, okay, next question. I'm never gonna finish this tag, and I'm down to 20% on my iPad. Okay, was there oh yeah, that was the question. Was there ever a diamond painting that you started and could not finish? And okay, do you prefer doing a certain type of diamond painting? Animals, people, places, or things? I have discovered that I don't really like doing people, because I don't like doing faces. I think faces, no matter how detailed they are, tend to look a little strange, especially when you're doing them, because up close it looks especially strange. Like when I was doing Gaia, I think her face looks really weird with the shading and stuff, even from far away. Yeah, the painting itself is very pretty, and I like it. It's just, I think faces, especially up close faces, tend to look really strange. And we're gonna go with A next. That is number 40. But what I do like, I like doing animals, because I'm really enjoying, even though I haven't done much of my elephant yet. I like doing my owls, which was my first, that's really pretty blue. I like doing my owls, which was my first diamond painting. So yeah, I would say animals. And it would definitely be animals based on most of the China mail that I've ordered. Okay, next up. Have you ever considered selling a diamond painting you've completed? It has occurred to me, because I have recently encountered a few people who have completed diamond paintings and sold them on eBay. I've also met a couple of people who did specific diamond paintings for people and they were paid for them, which I think is kind of cool. And I mean, yeah, if the opportunity came up and somebody was interested, I would have no problem selling something. Not something like this one that would have special meaning. I know a lot of people are like, well, you really shouldn't profit off of somebody else's artwork. Well, that's a whole different rabbit hole I'm not really wanting to get into right now. But yeah, I would do it. But I haven't done it yet. Do you have an AliExpress China mail nightmare experience? If so, what happened? Well, I think I told the story about how I contacted the store. Oh God, which store was it? Home Fun, when I thought my elephant paintings were missing. And they just like flipped out, you know, like begging me to wait a couple more weeks. And I did, and they eventually showed up. Again, you know, not really a true nightmare story. Thankfully, as of right now, I have never received a kit that was just completely mangled and unusable. My Snow White, I got a Snow White kit from through China Mail from the MHD store, and the box was crushed. It took 2.5 months actually it took almost 3 months for me to get it, because I think that was the second kit that I ever ordered off of AliExpress. And but the canvas itself was in great condition. So even though the packaging was all ripped and torn, and it looked like it was probably in one of those videos that you see on YouTube of the people at the China sorting centers throwing and stomping and squishing all the boxes, the canvas itself was good. But I've never received a package that looked as bad as that one did. Thankfully, I'm sure I'll have horror stories later on down the road. Do you have anything else do you do anything else as you diamond paint? I.e. listen to audiobooks, watch Diamond Tube, etc. I used to always watch or listen to Diamond Tube when I was diamond painting. I've started to watch TV. Like I said last night, I was watching season 1 of... Oh my gosh. That's the blinds on a window. What the hell's going on? Okay. That was weird. That freaked me out. I thought we were under attack. Yeah, I watched season 1 of Game of Thrones last night. Amazingly, I find that I can concentrate on both. And I also listen to audiobooks. That's what I usually do in the afternoons when I come home. Especially now that it's warmer weather. I'll usually bring out my diamond painting stuff and out onto the back deck. And Tom will be watching something and I'll be listening to an audiobook. And I find that especially relaxing, especially if I like the book. So yeah. I don't think I've ever just sat and diamond painted without doing something else. I also will listen to podcasts. I don't listen to that many podcasts anymore. I used to listen to a bunch because I used to listen to them at work. Now I only listen to them when I work overnights on Thursdays. But yeah, I do a bunch of stuff while diamond painting. Do any of you like podcasts? I used to listen to My Favorite Murder and kind of burned myself out on that. Don't listen to it anymore. I used to like Small Town Murder, which is a fun true crime. I used to listen to a ton of true crime podcasts and some book-related podcasts. Right now, the only podcast that I listen to faithfully, and by faithfully I mean every single day, is Time Suck with Dan Cummins. He's a comedian. And this particular podcast, it's like he's a comedian, and they always have some kind of humorous angle, but he talks about everything from like Ed Kemper, who's a serial killer, to Abraham Lincoln, to World War I, to the Vikings. He pretty much does a whole bunch of eclectic subjects, and he always brings his own sort of brand of humor to it. And I love him to death. I think he's so funny and so brilliant. And even if it's a subject I'm not particularly interested in, the way he does them, it's always fascinating for me to listen to them. And I could listen to episodes over and over again. Yeah. Okay. How long have you been DPing? Like I said, probably about 3 months, 3 to 4 months at this point. Yeah. Approximately how many kits do you have in your stash? Well, considering, like I said, I counted all my Diamond Art clubs, and I have 23 of them. I probably have somewhere between 50, around 50, we'll say. When I'm on vacation, I plan on taking a day and like trying to get everything more organized, and I'll count and get an inventory. And I've decided after watching a couple of videos to make up this folder where I can keep track of the paintings that I have that come in, ones that I'm doing, ones that are, excuse me, are in the queue that I want to do soon. And then once I'm able to do that, I'll be able to give you like an exact number. But I think that that's a good estimate. Yeah. That looks like that drill has a hole in it. But it doesn't, it's just the way that the light was shining on it, I guess. I think I'm done with the A's. Okay. Favorite shops to order from? Any you will never use again? Well, obviously I like Diamond Art Club, but as far as AliExpress goes, I really like, well, despite that issue that I had with my elephants, the best quality canvases that I've gotten so far from AliExpress have been through the Home Fund store. Having said that, I have not used, I have not gotten anything from Evermoment yet, or Huacan, so I probably would be able to give you a better answer once I've actually tried those two, since those are two of the big ones. But yeah, and I've already been at this an hour, so I need to get going. All right. Okay, if you could improve any aspect about this craft, what would it be? Well, I guess I would have more companies that ship from the United States, because one of the main reasons I gravitated so much to Diamond Art Club, at least in the beginning, was because it's from the United States and you don't have to wait like 2 months to get something that you ordered. Having said that, I think I'm done with Diamond Art Club for a while, because I've got so many of them, and the amount of money that I've spent is just ridiculous. And I'm one of those people who is fine when they're buying something. After I buy it is when I feel guilty about spending money on myself. But yeah, I would have more companies in the United States. I did try Dreamer Designs, and I haven't done one of their kits yet. I do have 2 of them, which I did an unboxing for. Yeah, I posted the unboxing. Let's see. All right, we're gonna do S. And that is 39. Right next to it is another blue. Okay. And these, the last 3, 4, are just like random weird questions that I just thought were fun. Okay. Would you rather be a ninja or a pirate? I would rather be a ninja, because I would love to have the ninja moves, and I kind of get seasick. So yeah, me being a pirate probably wouldn't work out, but a ninja, I could totally rock being a ninja. I have a friend who every time that question would come up, she would say, I would be a pirate ninja. Yeah, that's cheating. Okay, anyway, would you rather, oh, I love this question. Would you rather have leg-size arms or arm-size legs? I have to tell you, I found this question in a video. One of my favorite bands is 21 Pilots. And when I first got into the band, I used to sit for hours and watch all of these random interviews and stuff with the 2 guys from 21 Pilots, Tyler and Josh. And they did these videos where people would ask them questions. And I can't remember if this was a question somebody asked them or if it was just one that they came up with themselves. But I thought it was the funniest thing ever, and I always remembered the question. So, would you rather have leg-size arms or arm-size legs? I think I would rather have Um, leg size arms. No, because then you wouldn't have the elbows. Well, you would have the knees. I guess the knees would work as the elbows. Yeah, I'll stick with that. I said it. I'm gonna go with my first answer. So, yeah, leg size arms. Final answer. Okay, this is a question that gets asked all the time, but if you were on a desert island, what would be one book, one movie, and one album that you would want to have with you? Now, it goes without saying that you would have the ability to use all three of those things. Like you would have an unlimited light source, you would have a TV and VCR, oh my God, a TV and DVD player or whatever, you would be able to use the things. So that goes without saying. So book, I would pick Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, which is a weird book to pick, but it's one of my favorite books, and it's huge, so it would take me a long time to read it. Either that or anything by Terry Pratchett. But I think I would want a big chunkster if I was going to be stuck on a desert island. The movie would probably be Harold and Maude, which is my favorite movie of all time because I've seen it so many times I practically know all of the dialogue. Either that or The Lost Boys, which is my second favorite movie of all time, which I used to sit and recite the dialogue with a friend of mine when I was in school. So either one of those books or movies. And the album... Possibly Tonight We Are the Delicious Wolves by Huxley Workman, who's my favorite male singer, or An Inquiry into Online Relationships by the 1975, which is my favorite band. I have a 1975 tattoo, by the way, and a 21 Pilots tattoo. My 21 Pilots tattoo is this, right here. The 1975 tattoo, which is lyrics, is on my leg, if you were curious. How could you not be? Okay, and finally, the last question is, what was the last earworm you had? Well, I will tell you the last two, because one of them doesn't constitute as a song. For a song was Baby Shark. Tom loves to just randomly start singing Baby Shark because he knows as soon as he does that it will get implanted in my brain for like a week and drive me crazy. Then the other one, which is ongoing, at the store that I work at, they play commercials randomly in between the really bad music. And one of the commercials they've been playing is for Charmin bath tissue, and this cheerful woman sings about having a really shiny hiney thanks to Charmin bath tissue. So over and over and over again, she just says, "My hiney's so Charmin shiny," just over and over again, and they play it like 30 times in a day. So that's been in my head. So imagine that, and hopefully you'll get it stuck in your brain too. And if you are curious, it is available on YouTube because I told a friend of mine about it and she found it on YouTube. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh, so the only diamond paintings that I have ordered, I believe, are the custom that I got from Huacan, and then I'm getting ready to order from Evermoment. Oh, and I have a couple. No, I was going to say, I think that's it. But no, I still have a couple outstanding from AliExpress. But those stupid ads on Facebook, man, they get me every damn time. Or I can turn this off. Went down to only 17% on my iPad. That's not that bad, considering how long I've been dragging this out. Yeah, those stupid ads on Facebook, they got me again because there was an ad for Peggy Buy, which was one of the first places that I ordered from. And Peggy Buy, which they changed their name to DIY Home Deals, I think. What's with all these companies changing their names? Because New Frog changed their name too. CES Deals, I think they changed it to. And aren't they owned by the same people? I think it's the same thing. Well, anyway. Peggy By is known for their partials, and I know a lot of people don't like partials, but I like them. It kind of satisfies my need to feel accomplished at like completing things, because you can complete a partial in a few hours. And their deal was you buy any 10 products and it's $30. So you're basically paying $3 a piece, which I thought was good. So I got a bunch of partials last night. I ordered a bunch of partials last night. And as far as what I want to order next, there really isn't anything that I want to order. No, I lied. I'm sorry. There is. As far as Diamond Art Club goes, I want the Tinkerbell one that they've been talking about that I thought was coming out with the May releases, but I guess it's not coming out until next month. That's pretty much the last Diamond Art Club that I can think of that I really, really just have to have. I've kind of given up wanting Jessica Rabbit, you know, because so many people want it, and I just feel like every time it comes in, it's just going to sell out so quickly that I'm just not going to be able to get in on it. And like I said, I don't really want any more really huge canvases. So I want to get a Sons of Anarchy diamond painting. I saw the image that I want. But that would end up being a big one too because of the way the image is. And the sun is now gone. It's cloudy again. That didn't last very long. Again, I thought I was drilling the wrong symbol, but I'm not. This looks so pretty. Don't you think it looks pretty? I really love the colors in this. This section's gonna be a pain because there's a lot of confetti, but I love like the color blocking sections, and I really love the thick black lines that she always does on her paintings. Excuse me. Yeah, so the Sons of Anarchy one is pretty much the only outstanding picture that I know that I want. So yeah, things might quiet down as far as getting tons of mail goes. That's another thing Tom teases me about, the amount of mail that I get. I know, what is it to him? How much fucking mail? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, it slipped out. How much mail I get? How does that affect him? Anyway, I should probably end this. I actually have some stuff that I need to do around the house, and I have to feed the puppy, give the puppy his midday meal, and I think roommate Tom will probably be showing up soon anyway. Yeah, so, and I'm done with this symbol, so that's like a perfect time for me to stop the video. So we got some accomplished, this whole part right here. Okay, so like I said, if I could figure out how to tag people and not just subjects, which I guess it works the same way, I will tag a couple people, but feel free if you're watching this video to do to do the tag. Like I said, it's just some random questions that I came up with in like 5 minutes. It's nothing monumental, but I thought they were fun. Because I know I don't really need a tag because I could just sit here and babble, but it's more entertaining and more fun to have a tag. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. I hope you got a little bit of work in on your project as you were listening to me. And yeah, so as always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good gravy, and I will talk with you soon, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you later. Bye!